Greetings, followers. It is I, Cardinal Sin, and welcome to another episode of Cardinal Sin and Friends. And I can't do it alone, so I would like to introduce Ivan Ivanovich, PJ Maybe, Canadian Spider-Man, Eliyahu, Rod Thunderheart, Anti-Derivative Jill, and Douglas Nelson. How are you all today?
Good.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
So, and Captain Cockney Spock.
Oh, no, it's still in.
Captain. Fucking thrilled to be here.
Hello.
Wow,
That's
cool.
Captain.
Good
What
to
a
see
panel.
everyone.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
what a panel indeed. So, I'm going to ask Doug Nelson to warm us up a little bit while we are waiting for people to roll in. So,
let's see
see
here.
what's new and happening in your world this week, Doug.
A lot of work, being very busy, dealing with nocturnal people in my working nights, stuff like that. Let's see what happened this week. Well, the box office went to Halloween Kills, which didn't sound like it was that great of a movie, but nevertheless, people wanted to go see it, and they did, which proves that any excuses for any recent losses is not credible. And so James Bond appears to be the big loser out of all of this because Venom and Halloween Kills doing so well. So I would say that for all intents and purposes, the cinema experience has returned intact. In the meantime, I did some artwork for Cardinal Sin. Yeah, I did.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what to do with it. Actually, I have just the thing.
All right.
But I can't talk about it because if you talk about it, it won't happen, right?
Oh, I put the jinx on it. Yeah.
No, that's
Best to
okay.
just do it instead of telling people you're planning this or that.
There are doers and there are tellers.
Yeah. Well, you know the old saying, man makes plans and God laughs.
Actually, I've never heard that before.
Oh, really? Well, now you
good.
know.
Oh, I've heard that saying.
Now you know what that sound of laughter is.
I love that
I
sketch
can
by
hear the
George
sounds of
Cardinal.
laughter.
Why do you pray? You're messing with God's plan. God has a plan. Why are you praying? You're messing with his plan. George Carlin, man. You cannot get funnier than that guy.
That's really great. I love George Carlin. Boy, do I miss George Carlin.
Oh, boy.
We need him
Oh, yeah.
more than ever.
Now more
Carlin
than
had a lot
ever.
going for him, but honestly, I laughed harder at Sam Kinison.
And don't forget Bill Hicks.
Oh, okay.
Bill
Hicks.
Hicks.
Amen.
Well, they'd
Few
all be
people have
canceled.
ever made me laugh as hard as Sam Kinison.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Well, Mitch Hedberg, I love
Doomcock's first couple of videos tearing into Star Trek Discovery and Kurtzman did. And I had
You know, I found that Doomcock is getting funnier again.
He's starting to get
Well, I hope so. The funny is what I like.
Yeah, when he's doing the interplay back and forth with Harvey,
That's
that's
killer.
that's the best. But he was concerned, you know, in that whole hullabaloo came down when Google said they were going to start, you know, making content creators pay, you know, the $42,000 fine or whatever. He was scared that his hand puppet Harvey was going to be appealing to children, so he basically
You can never tell with Google. They're like a blind Tasmanian devil.
yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. They never
Oh,
can
we
really.
definitely need
Go ahead.
we definitely need Harvey because he tells jokes like, "Did the Wile E. Coyote push an anvil off a cliff and comedically flatten secret hideout? like an accordion so that it bobbed up and down, playing Roll Out the Barrel, while simultaneously crushing the roll of toilet paper Alex Kurtzman uses to wipe out scripts for Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know if any of you have seen where they put X's on the floor in the store where they want you to stand, and I'm
Yes.
like, no, I watched the Roadrunner.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yes, that's Acme tape on the floor.
Yeah. I won't be fooled by that again.
And the Time Prophet, I want you to know that I did some research into Great Britain, so I have some questions especially for you. I have questions especially for everybody, actually. So this should be a really
to be
good
British,
quiz.
to be British, you don't know anything about Great Britain. That's what it is.
Man, there's no making you happy, is there? My God.
What am I? Top
For
liver?
fuck's sake.
Oi, I'll
There's
do
a-
the English questions
there's a-
around here, and the time travel ones. Oi,
There's a
guys,
couple of series.
stay out of it.
There's a couple of series of short films that are worth consuming on YouTube. One of them's called Unfinished London, and the other one is called Map Men. And those are very entertaining and informative.
They're both.
But we
about
don't all
Britain.
live in London.
Yeah, the guy. I have yet to learn the song, but the guy did a song. One of the two guys who does Map Men writes songs, and one of the songs he wrote names all of the historic counties of England.
Douglas, I just wanted to mention my friend, the Dawn of Time, thinks you're incredibly funny. Not that you're not. I think you're incredibly funny too. But he says, Douglas Nelson, wow, blind Tasmanian devil.
Well, I think that was Ivan's joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Yvonne, my friend thinks you're very funny.
Yvonne, yeah.
And hail Stuart Mitchell. Good friend Stuart Mitchell. Clobbering Times is here. Hey, we should give
Clobbering
Clobbering
Times.
Times a link.
Wow.
Yeah, we
Usually
should.
he's streaming, but
Yeah,
Hello,
come on, Bobby.
Okay.
Yep.
we'll
Hey, Ivan,
Come on,
were you
send Clobby a
Yvonne.
link here.
A walking, living encyclopedia of comic books.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
Bobby, are you
aware
Clobby,
that,
you have a link if you'd like to join our little merry band of pranksters here.
Hey, Yvonne,
special-
were you aware that the Roadrunner's top speed is approximately 16, 17 miles an hour, and a Coyote's actual top speed is 44 miles an hour?
Wow.
Those are
I'm
both
not surprised
faster
by
than I
either
can
of those
run.
things. We have both
Yeah,
Roadrunners
that's
and
right.
Coyotes where I live, and
That means my entire childhood was a lie.
was a Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Warner Brothers. You know.
Yeah.
I heck out of
You know,
surely a
as long as
Roadrunner
I've
isn't
lived
real.
here, I've seen many Roadrunners and many Coyotes, but I've never seen the two of them interact.
Isn't the Roadrunner made up?
No, Roadrunners are a real
Nope.
bird.
No, they're real.
real.
They're a real
Real.
bird.
You can look them up. Yeah.
They don't look exactly like they did in the cartoon, but you shouldn't be surprised to learn that.
Yeah.
Do they go
And
beep
there's,
beep?
and there's no
No,
such
they
thing as
don't.
jackalopes
They
either.
don't really make any noise at all.
No.
So I guess the coyotes are eating something better.
They eat a lot of
Well,
rabbits.
it looks like
Yeah.
Clobby is on the road,
and
which is why he's not streaming. Otherwise, he would be streaming. So,
they eat a lot of cottontail rabbit and doves and quail.
did you say doves?
Doves, yes, doves.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not very PC.
No.
Well, you know,
Not
nobody
very
ever
peaceful
asked
either.
coyotes, right?
I
Those
think
animals.
I thought you said they need doves. I'm like, sorry, Douglas, you're out, man.
That's I
Oh,
guess
yeah,
that's
I
why
know.
doves cry.
I must be tasty.
Wrong place at the wrong time. A cane, eh?
Yeah. Okay, well, Doug, by my watch, that's 5.
Yeah. Time for. I took 5.
Yep.
I have
But thanks
Alright.
for being here, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I wish I could do more, but you know,
Oh,
I
man.
don't really have the time. But I will be putting out shortly my Mr. Nelson Sunday comic, so there'll be that, and then I got to go to work. So
And can you plug your channel before you go?
oh yeah, it's the Nelson ratings. Let's see, me get the link here. I'll put it in the chat so you can copy that and put it in there. There we go. YouTube.com. Yeah, yes. Yeah, Mr. Nelson. You can look that up. And
Got it.
There we go. And check out the Nelson ratings and my audio plays and all that good stuff.
I listened to your podcast, I think yesterday, and it was so much fun. So please subscribe to Douglas Nelson. He is criminally undersubscribed. This is his URL.
Damn shame.
And Doug, are you up to 100 subscribers yet? Yeah. So you know
Something
that
like
you can you can change your URL to youtube.com/Mr. Nailsin, right?
It is.
That's what it says.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yes.
I must have had the wrong one. There it is.
That escalated quickly.
But it is. He's got a custom URL already.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sorry about that. My bad.
That's the first thing I did when I
There we
got 100.
go.
I got my custom URL.
Nice.
That'll be easier for people to find.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully, we can do more time next week. So I'll
We're gonna
be
get arrested
taking.
for.
Yeah. And is there a good day of the week for you to do midnight to midnight?
Yeah, somewhere between Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. One of those probably.
Okay.
Could pick one.
We might do on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because Rod Thunderheart has been after me to do it. So
Oh, okay.
Well,
as long as
Rod
Canadian
Thunderheart.
Spider-Man is there, I can stay up for, 20 hours.
After Doomcock is finished streaming, I'm all yours. Absolutely, you got it.
And at the end
sweet.
of that, we'll
Oh,
both
that's
be
right. He does Fridays.
drunk and sleep deprived and
Yeah.
be funny as hell.
Yep, until I pass out on camera on your channel. Yeah,
Until you pass what?
There you go.
pass out
Which you
asleep.
inevitably do.
on
Pass
camera.
out?
Canadian Spider-Man pass out.
Absolutely.
So.
I was very tired.
oot and a boot.
It was the
Oot
time
and
of
boot.
day. It was
Oot and
those
boot,
15
going to
P's
sleep.
I had met Bonnie.
Well, on that note, I'll take off. So
All right.
have a good one.
Thanks,
Have a
Doug.
good day.
Have a good one, Doug.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.
It's always fun. Always fun
Okay.
streaming with Douglas and Cardinal.
So let's see here. I want to make sure we have everything right. Rod goes here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
Alice.
So here
Alice.
are the rules. I will ask each person a question, during which everyone else must be silent. They can either answer the question correctly for a point, or they can lay the smackdown on another contestant once every 2 turns. And if they answer the question correctly, they get 2 points. No kibitzing in the chat, and I don't want to hear any keyboards. Cheaters will get booted. Don't look at the chat. Are you ready?
Yep.
Maybe.
Surely.
I think
Maybe.
so.
Well, get ready.
I have to look at the chat, but nobody in the chat give any answers, please.
Please, funny answers only.
Well, Cam
Maybe
Cam
it's
isn't
an
here,
honest
so
answer. I've only been up 5 minutes.
Oh, you after the X sound, you can give the answer if you want. After it goes beep,
that's right.
Yeah.
I have a question
Yes.
Uh-oh.
about concerning the rules.
Yes.
I don't think this was covered before,
Okay.
but if I'm having trouble getting an answer or struggling to find an answer, can Jill and I team up for Team Doomcock?
No. But that is a cool shirt. And
That is an awesome
speaking of
shirt.
cool
Love
shirts,
it.
this is my Into the Fringe shirt,
Just time to plug your page.
Nice.
No,
and it has the URL on the back. So those are, of course, available
Where can I get
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the URL on your screen. And much more besides. So I'd also like to take this opportunity to mention that Captain Cockney Spock and I, and there's Mr. MH. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
On Wednesdays, Captain Cockney Spock and I are doing a review of The Prisoner, which is in glorious HD and 5.1 surround. And usually we have either Tracy Torme and or Rick Davey, who wrote a book about The Prisoner, and his website is the Unmutual website. So, just for Mr. MH's sake,
what episode would you be reviewing this week?
I apologize. There's a button on my computer that knocks me out of the chat for some reason. I'm going to read the rules again, real quick.
Have that button.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's attached.
They have a button next to my escape button that kills the power, shuts the computer off.
Tell the audience what episode you're doing this week on that wonderful
The
show.
question is episode 5.
It's going to be the Schizoid Man.
Which is not the 5th episode.
And that's Tracy Torme's favorite episode. He wrote an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation called The Schizoid Man. So, Mr. MH, here are the rules. I will ask each person a question. They can either answer the question correctly for 1 point, or they can lay the smackdown on another contestant once every 2 turns. And if that contestant answers the question correctly, that contestant gets 2 points. No kibitzing in the chat, and I don't want to hear any keyboards. Cheaters will get booted. Don't look at the chat.
Canadian Spider-Man.
Are we ready?
If the chat can do funny comments, I mean, that's going to be more entertaining.
Sure.
Than showing us that you know
But
the answer. I mean,
just don't pay attention to the chat.
Don't look at it, Marion. Don't look.
There's no cheating, and also everybody please try to refrain from yelling if at all possible.
Well, dude.
Talking to us, Captain. He's
all right.
La 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 la.
So this is the first round. Everyone has a smack. And we are going to begin with Ivan Ivanovich. The signing of the Paris Peace Accords officially ended direct U.S. involvement in which war?
Oh, the American Revolution.
Vietnam. PJ, this question is for you. In 1952, the United States Air Force created Project Blue Book to study what?
UFOs. Oh, aliens.
Correct.
That was an easy one.
PJ may be in the house.
They do get harder.
That wasn't
That's what
easy if
she
you haven't
said.
been paying attention to Cardinal.
It's only easy if you know the answer.
It wasn't easy if you're not American either.
Yeah, and I'm not. I'm Scot.
Yep.
You're what?
No accent, but Scots.
That is Marsbar's rule.
I think half the panel is of another nationality, other than U.S.
Okay. Rod, this question is for you. Fort Benning is a United States Army post located in which state? And don't forget, everyone has a smack.
All right, I'm just gonna smack it off to Jill.
Jill, to steal. Fort Benning is a United States Army post located in which state?
I don't know. I have to guess, right? I'll just pick
Yep.
Mississippi.
Georgia.
Well, technically Alabama. Most of it's on the Alabama side.
Ooh.
Oh, also, another rule that I forgot to mention is the correct answer is the one that I have written down, no matter what else. So,
What?
Yep. And there's no arguing, there's no debate,
that's right.
there's no appeal.
So shut up.
Like that terrible
Well,
quiz
there-
that-
Time travel question.
There is arguing if you're
time
from
travel, I
Brazil,
told you that.
but otherwise, no.
Yeah, there was
If
that
you
All right.
terrible
plead your
quiz
case.
that
Eliyahu,
Scotty
this question
lost.
is for you.
Okay.
When referring to the test taken for entrance into the U.S. military, what does ASVAB stand for? And you have a smack.
It stands for the Armed Service Vocational Aptitude Battery Test.
Correct.
Wow.
Boom.
Very good.
I'm a military brat. My father was in the Navy.
Yeah, I took that test once.
Yeah, I took it too. I passed, but I failed my physical.
Okay, all right. Settle down. Settle down. All right. Canadian Spider-Man,
Well, I've
this
done that.
question
Yes, yes,
is
yes.
for you.
Yes, sir.
Who was the commander of the Confederate Army during the Battle of Gettysburg? You have a smack.
Well, would it be General Lee?
Would.
Wahoo!
Well done, sir. For a
One of my
Canadian.
Well, it's my favorite car of all times,
Well, there you go.
which is not the rebel flag. It is the General Lee battle flag, not
Battle
the Confederate flag.
Jill,
That is
this
correct. That's
question
not the
is
Confederate
for you.
The Confederate flag is white.
Yes.
Florence
Which-
Nightingale aided the sick and wounded during which war? And you have a smack. And Jill, you're muted, it looks like.
Oh, yes. I'm muted. I know it was one of the world wars, so World War One.
I'll do the ing around here if you don't mind. Thank you very much.
It was the Crimean War.
Yeah.
It was the Crimean War. The Time Prophet, this question is for you.
Thank you.
The Battle of Jutland was a naval battle that occurred during which war?
Second World War.
No, first.
World War One.
I wasn't around.
Hey, you had 50-50 chance.
There's
of
no
choosing which
pleasing
one,
you. I
okay?
swear to
We
fucking
weren't
God.
around for the Crimean, but we knew that one.
I actually have
chance,
I
man.
actually
One
have
or
that
two.
game. So yeah.
All right. Captain Cockney Spock, this question is for you. How long was the 100 Years' War?
Oh, that's one of my.
And you have a smack.
I'd like to smack Spidey, please.
Canadian Spider-Man, to steal. How long was the 100 Years' War?
You're muted.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sure this was on a history test through elementary school, guaranteed. I'm going to say it was actually 45 years.
Episode
116 years.
This is a question on the only episode of the Celebrity Squares I ever saw.
That's great, but that's not pertinent to
I knew all the
our,
other ones, of
our
course.
We
quiz.
studied that in history, didn't we, Rod?
Mr. MH,
Yeah.
this question is for you. What was the longest war in history? And you have a smack.
Longest war in history. think about that.
And
How much time do I have left?
did Jill use her smack?
I might smack
I
to
did
use my
not.
smack.
You
I
did
did
not.
I
Time
was
Prophet?
smacked,
I
but
didn't.
I did not
Oh,
use mine.
Spock. Captain Cockney Spock used his. All right, Mr.
I might
NH,
use my
I'm sorry.
smack. I might use my smack.
Okay. Who would you like to smack?
I'll smack Canadian Spider-Man.
Canadian Spider-Man to steal. What was the longest war in history?
The war on drugs.
Captain Cockney Spock, there will be no speaking during other people trying to think, please.
Noted.
The Greeks versus the Egyptians.
The longest continual war in history was the Iberian Religious War between the Catholic Spanish Empire and the Moors living in what is today Morocco and Algeria. The conflict, known as Reconquista, spanned 781 years.
Oh, wow.
Talk
about holding a grudge.
Yvonne, this question is for you.
Petty.
The 1973 Arab-Israeli War is better known by what name?
The 6-Day War.
Sorry, I meant... It's called the Yom Kippur War.
You should get half a point for getting it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was rewarded for
PJ,
it
this
initially.
question is for you. What two countries were already involved in a military conflict before the beginning of World War II? And you have a smack.
China and Japan.
Correct.
Wow. I didn't know that one.
All right. Rod, somebody is echoing out there. Just mute up, and that won't happen. This question is for you, Mr. Thunderheart.
Alrighty.
What was the code name for the Battle of Normandy? And you have no smacks this turn.
No, that's okay. It's at the tip of my brain, and I'm gonna hit myself when I hear it. When you Battle of Normandy. Drawing a blank. So
Would you like me to reread the question?
Okay, sure, try it.
What was the code name for the Battle of Normandy?
Operation. Because this is definitely an exclusive Canadian question. That we won too. I know.
And another rule is contestants have 30 seconds to answer.
Then I'm stumped.
What? We had 30 seconds.
Operation Overlord.
Overlord.
Yeah.
Operation
Yeah. See, I knew it.
Eliahu, this question is for you.
Okay.
What was the Nazi code name for a planned invasion of the United Kingdom during World War II? And you have a smack.
Oh shit. Code name? Well, I'm going to either say I know it's. Oh shit! Come on.
You can
Animal.
either
It's a marine
say
animal.
or smack, but you can't do both.
I know it's a marine animal. Oh shit. Sea lion. Operation Sea Lion.
Correct.
Oh, I knew it was a sea animal. I'm like, come on. Shit.
Well
Have it down
done.
here, Pier 39. Come on, hello.
All right.
Operation
Canadian
Clown.
Spider-Man, this question is for you, and you have a smack.
Okay.
What country sent reinforcements in the form of Division Azul to aid Germany in its World War attack on the Soviet Union? And you have a smack.
Azul, hey?
What country sent reinforcements? What country sent reinforcements in the form of Division Azul to aid Germany in its World War II attack on the Soviet Union?
I'm going to say Italy. No.
Spain.
Good answer, though.
Spain.
Jill, this question is for you. How many domestic automobiles were produced in the United States after the bombing of Pearl Harbor between February 1942 and October 1945, within 1,000 either way? And you have a smack. How many domestic automobiles were produced in the U.S. after the bombing of Pearl Harbor between February 1942 and October 1945, within 1,000?
I want to smack the time profit for this question.
The time profit. To steal, how many domestic automobiles were produced in the United States after the bombing of Pearl Harbor between February 1942 and October 1945, within 1,000?
I'm going to go with 500. I guessed it.
The correct answer was 0, and 500 is within 1,000.
Oh, great.
Oh, nice.
So the time profit is now on the board.
Hey.
Nice.
All right, and the time profit, this question is for you. Who first used the phrase, quote, "the war to end all wars"?
Oppenheimer.
And you even had a smack. Woodrow Wilson.
I've not heard of him.
You've never heard of Woodrow Wilson? President
He was the president of the
Woodrow
United
Wilson?
States.
Yeah, you're better off for it.
Which country is he president of?
He was the American.
All right. Captain Cotton
that's why.
Spock. This question is for you. You've already used your smack. Did any of Hitler's relatives fight for the Allies?
That's an easy. Wow, 30 seconds for a binary question. What luxury. I mean, I've got it. If I guess it's 50-50, isn't it? I'm just going to spend 20 of my seconds just enjoying this nice coffee.
Or you could just answer the fucking question.
That is good coffee. 25, 26, here we go. Yes, he was in the Navy.
And who was it?
I don't know, that's not part of the question. Stop hassling me, man.
Correct. His nephew.
Yes, I knew it was the Crimean.
All right, Mr. MH, this question is for you. Which country took control over Quebec after winning the Battle of Plains? And you've already used your smack.
France?
England.
Yeah, it was 50-50 France or England.
General Wolfe and General Montcalm.
All right. Everyone has their smacks restored. Yvonne, this question is for you. Who was Canada's first French-speaking prime minister?
Sacre bleu.
Mon Dieu.
Just wrong. So, Pierre Trudeau.
Wilfrid Laurier.
Laurier, right.
Laurier, yes, as you say.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't correcting you. I have no idea how to pronounce it. That's
It could be Laurier. I just said Laurier because
It's more likely to be Laurier, yeah.
Because he's worth it.
Yeah,
They don't-
Laurier.
they don't- France in
Laurier.
French you don't pronounce about 3/4 of the letters. So
Sorry, I didn't mean to start anything.
this question is for you. And you have a smack. Who chose the name, quote, British Columbia, unquote?
Oh no. I'll
And
choose
you
a
can use your
Smackdown
smack
and
if you want.
Cockney Spock.
All right. For the steal, Captain Cockney Spock. Who chose the name British Columbia?
I certainly hope it was Queen Victoria because that is my answer. Yes, get in there.
I would have said
Cockney
Britain.
Spock is now in the lead.
Remember who gave you that?
That's awesome.
Yeah, well done.
All right.
I would have said Wayne Gretzky.
And that was PJ's question?
Yep.
All right. Rod, this question is for you. You have a smack. When was the maple leaf first used as a symbol of the nation?
1967.
I'm sorry?
1967.
In 1868, the coat of arms of Quebec and Ontario were merged to make the maple leaf.
Huh? What?
100 years
Were you
off.
talking like the flag or what? Yeah.
He said symbol.
Coat of arms.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Coat of arms.
All
never
right.
mind. Yeah.
Eliyahu, this question is for you.
Bloody hell.
Which was the last province to join Canada? And you have a smack.
Oh. The last Providence? I think Providence had it. Shit.
Which was the last province to join Canada? And you have a smack.
I'm going to chance it by saying Newfoundland.
You are one
yes.
smart cookie.
Nice.
You haven't missed a question yet.
I'm sorry, which
Newfoundland.
province?
Newfoundland.
Narfadar.
I was thinking,
All right.
Well, Newfoundland, Labrador.
yeah, I was thinking Labrador.
Canadian Spider-Man, this question is for you. What route to Canada did slaves take to escape slavery in the United States? And you have a smack. What route to Canada did slaves take to escape slavery in the U.S.?
Would the Underground Railroad be correct?
It would be correct.
Nice.
Well played, sir. Jill, this question is for you. Are you ready? Is your mute
Yep,
button
I'm ready.
off? Okay. Which American war helped convince the leaders of Canada and their people to unite to form a federation in the North? And you have a smack. Which American war helped convince the leaders of Canada and their people to unite to form a federation in the North?
That's got to be the Civil War.
And Jill is on the board.
Yes, Jill for the win.
Yay.
By the way, did anyone know that there was actually it's been unproven, but there was a plot for Canada. Murdoch Mysteries actually highlighted it as well. That it was in Canada's interest and Great Britain's to keep the Civil War going, and that they had actually supposedly even funded the South.
Rod, let's talk about it on Midnight to Midnight, buddy.
No, sorry, I just wanted to throw that little piece of
The Time Prophet, this question is for you.
Hello?
The British subjects that fled to Canada during and after the American Revolution were known as what? And you have a smack.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm going to smack Mr. MH.
Mr. MH, to steal. The British subjects that fled to Canada during and after the American Revolution were known as what?
Loyalists?
What sort of loyalists?
To Britain? To Britain?
So your complete answer would be what?
British loyalists?
Yes.
United Empire Loyalists.
Ooh, harsh.
I never heard of it.
All the pain.
Captain Cockney Spock, this
Speaking.
question is for you.
Oh, good.
Which Canadian received the Nobel Peace Prize in the year 1957? And you have a smack.
Well, it certainly was my granddad, but let's not talk about that now. All right, wasn't Canadian Spider-Man, too young. So I'm gonna reciprocate and say thanks for the smack, PJ Maybe. PJ Maybe, here's a smack back at you.
PJ Maybe, to steal. Which Canadian received the Nobel Peace Prize in the year 1957?
I don't even know anybody that's won the Nobel Peace Prize, so I'm trying to even think of someone even I've heard it. Cockney, you're a bugger. I have absolutely zero idea.
I want to do you a favour.
Mackenzie King.
Lester B. Pearson.
I was going to say that.
That was on the tip of my tongue.
Mr.
Just Lester
MH,
something, eh? Oh.
this question is for you. At the beginning of the 60s, what was the name of the political movement that swept all through Quebec City? And you have a smack. And you're muted. At the beginning of the 60s, what was the name of the political movement that swept all through Quebec City? And you have a smack.
I'll probably use my smack.
Okay.
Because I don't know. Jill?
Who would you like to smack?
I'll smack Jill.
Antiderivative Jill, to steal. At the beginning of the 60s, what was the name of the political movement that swept all through Quebec City?
I don't know.
PLQ.
The Quiet Revolution.
I was going to say PFJ, Splitters.
So we are back to Yvonne.
No one's ever heard of them. Quiet Revolution. Make a noise.
Terrible name for a revolution.
I mean, come
Yvonne,
on.
this question is for
Worse
you,
than the
and you
London
have a
Underground.
smack. Which Canadian was the first to go to space?
Snidely Whiplash.
Mark Garneau.
Cardinal.
My answer would have
PJ.
been Canadian Spider-Man.
This question is for you. If we're all done. In which year was Canada's constitution patriated from Great Britain? And you have a smack.
Canadian Spider-Man.
Cockney's having too much fun. I'm going to smack him again.
Sorry, old bean. What was the question? Smacks again? What have I done? What have I done? May I please, Quizmaster, may I please have the question again?
In what year was Canada's constitution patriated from Great Britain?
Would that be 1869?
So close.
1982.
Oh, so close.
Wow.
Rod Thunderheart, this question is for you, and you have a smack. For their discovery of insulin, which Canadian received the Nobel Prize? And you have a smack.
Oh shit! I was muted. Linus Pauling.
Frederick G. Banting.
Oh, but they work together. Okay.
Eliyahu, this question is for you.
Okay.
When was the first Canadian team in the NBA established? And you have a smack.
The first Canadian team was established in the NBA in 1995. That was a guess because that was basketball.
1946.
Oh, okay. That was gas, man. Hey. I don't know basketball.
Canadian Spider-Man. This question is for you.
Yeah, I missed one.
In which year did New Brunswick become its own separate colony? And you have a smack.
I can't pass on this question. I was raised in New Brunswick for half of my life. So, holy shit.
Well, you do have a smack. You don't have to pass, but you do have a smack.
I'm from New Brunswick. I have to answer this question.
Okay.
In 1985, I was in Boy Scouts, and we had a big Canadian 200 year.
I don't need the whole Shaggy Dog story, just the answer, please.
Right. So 200 year anniversary, 1985. So let's go 1785.
1784.
Oh! You wouldn't give him a year either way, that close.
It's not how the quiz works.
Right.
Jill,
I have a badge.
this question is for you.
Oh, Spidey.
And you have a smack.
Where is Jill?
Who designed the Canadian flag?
Jill's not here, man.
Jill's away.
She's gone.
Let's see, did she leave anything in the chat? No.
Nothing in
She
private
just
chat.
scarfed.
Communication disruption can only mean one thing.
Well, we'll give her 30 seconds.
That's like
The end of the
30
world.
seconds, that is generous.
Well, that's how long she has to
Jill.
answer, so
It
if she
could be a
makes it
time
back
loop.
in time.
It could be time travel.
It's all
Oh,
timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. You never know. What
That means she's gone to the future, because if she went to the past, there'd be two of her. Brilliant.
There
logic.
she is.
See? She went to the future.
Jill, this
Good work,
question
Bob.
is for you.
Joey.
Who
Time travel
designed Who designed the Canadian flag? And you have a smack.
Okay, then I will smack Ivan.
Ivan Ivanovich to steal. Who designed the Canadian flag?
Snidely Whiplash.
George Stanley.
Okay.
I'm impressed, though. That's a good question.
The Time Prophet, this question is for you.
Thank you.
Who were the individuals that were responsible for the Canadian national anthem? And you have a smack.
Right, I'm going to go smacking Jill.
Antiderivative Jill, to steal. Who were the individuals that were responsible for the Canadian national anthem?
Dudley Do Right.
I didn't go for Canadian Spider-Man for a reason.
Calixa Lavallée. Lyrics, Sir Adolphe Basil Routhier.
I was
The
thinking,
Time
I was thinking
Prophet.
Matt Stone and
This
Trey
question
Parker.
is for you.
Hang on. I just had one, didn't
Hang
I?
on. He's just had one, hasn't he?
It's Captain.
I'm sorry.
It's some
Captain Cockney Spock.
It's that Cockney wanker.
It's all in the wrong order now, isn't it?
I'm completely confused. I think it's my turn, but I'm in the wrong place. Have I time travelled or space travelled?
No, space travel. It's okay. I have everyone in the right order. I just screwed up because of the smack. So, Captain Cockney Spock, this question is for you.
Travel in space, travel in time.
Just right.
What rank was held by the individual for whom the Stanley Cup has been named? And you have a smack.
Oh, Stanley Cup, eh? That sounds suspiciously like a sports question. Ew.
What rank was held by the individual for whom the Stanley Cup was named?
All right, well, since you said it like that, I was going to pass it to Spidey, but I'm going to say captain. It's captain.
No.
Final answer, captain.
I was confused. I thought you were smacking yourself. Governor General.
Is the camera on?
Yeah.
That was a smacking yourself joke. Moment of silence for that joke. Moving on.
Mr. MH, this question is for you. Which Nova Scotia school had the nickname X-Men? And you have a smack.
All right, I'm feeling generous. Smacking us in Spider-Man.
Canadian Spider-Man, to steal. Which Nova Scotia school had the nickname X-Men?
Francis Xavier, their hockey team is the Axemen.
Can you be more specific?
Francis Xavier School? Francis Xavier University.
If there were a word in front of that, what would it be?
Sir.
Hi.
Saint Francis Xavier.
High school.
Saint.
I hear keyboard clicking.
Oh.
Captain Cockney Spock, this question is for you.
Thank you.
Which Toronto sports team won in 2005 to register their 5th league championship win in 7 years? And you have a smack.
That's you sound like an Italian heroin dealer. You have a smack. That would be the great win, their 5th win, one of the best games ever. That would be the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Toronto Rock.
Oh, stop it, Spidey! If you say
Did the captain not just have 2 questions in a row there?
2. You may ask the questions. Stop it, Spidey! Stop it.
Mr. MH, this question is for you. What is the nickname that is given to University of Toronto's athletic teams? And you have a smack.
I've still got a smack?
Yep. Oh, did you use yours last turn?
I only had my last turn a couple of turns ago, so I'm
Yeah,
surprised
okay.
it's my turn
Yes,
again.
you have a smack. You have a smack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
All
I've
right,
just
well,
had 2 turns. I'm very confused.
What is the nickname that is given to the University of Toronto's athletic teams?
maybe I'll just guess this one. I'm just going to say the Mounties.
The Varsity Blues. All smacks are restored. Yvonne, this question is for you. What was the first professional team with which Wayne Gretzky was associated? And you have a smack.
The Edmonton Oilers.
Was
The Indianapolis
WHA.
Racers.
Oh. Yeah.
PJ, this question is for you. When Team Canada won the Olympic double gold for the first time, where were the Olympics being held?
No idea at all.
And you have a smack.
I'll pass it.
Are you going to not answer or use your smack?
I'm just not going to answer. I'll keep my smack for later.
Salt Lake City Olympics.
It was a sports question. Zero idea.
Rod Thunderheart, this question is for you. Muckle John was the last official royal one in England. What was he? And you have a smack.
Holy hell. I'm just going to take the loss. I'm going to hang on to my smack. So, no idea.
Do you want to hazard a guess?
Okay. Yeah, repeat the question then. I just.
Muckle John was the last official royal one in England. What was he?
I'm going to just hazard a guess, Lord.
A Dunnigan diver.
There are still lords.
Fool
Was it
or
Royal
jester?
Jester?
I was going to say jester.
Oh,
That's
okay.
too bad it wasn't your question. Eliyahu, this is your question. How many children did Queen Victoria have? And you have a smack.
Shit. I am going to smack it down.
Smack what?
I'm going to smack Jill.
Antiderivative Jill for the steal. How many children did Queen Victoria have?
10?
She had none.
So close. She had 9 children.
Oh.
Holy
I
crap.
had no idea.
Canadian Spider-Man. This question is for you. In which year were driving tests first introduced in Great Britain? And you have a smack.
I'm going to say 1965.
You were only off by a little. 1935. Jill, this question is for you. You have a smack. Which home county was absorbed into Greater London in the 1974 reorganization? And you have a smack. And you're muted.
Oh, yes, I'm muted. Sorry.
Which home county was absorbed into the Greater London area in the 1974 reorganization? And you have a smack.
I will smack Mr. MH.
Mr. M.H. to steal. Which home county was absorbed into Greater London in the 1974 reorganization?
I'm just gonna have to probably purely guess this.
Go for it.
I'm just gonna mention any random Chelsea.
Middlesex.
Even though I know that's completely wrong.
I was born in Middlesex.
Middlesex.
No,
And I
it's
didn't
too
know-
bad that wasn't
Still
your
got
question.
Essex. Still got Wessex. Still got.
I wouldn't have got it right. I didn't know.
The Time Prophet, this question is for you. Who was knighted aboard his ship, the Golden Hind, in 1581? And you have a smack.
I'm going to smack Jill.
Really? I wrote this question just for you, man.
I wasn't
I
around
know
in
this.
15.
What the hell's wrong with
I'm
you?
American and I know this.
You're
Jill,
out.
This one.
to steal. Who was knighted aboard his ship, the Golden Hind, in 1581? And you're muted.
Yeah, I don't know this one either. Sir Patrick Stewart.
I'm
Sir
American
Francis Drake.
and I knew
Great.
that.
It was great.
After he circumvented the earth, after circumventing the earth, King Elizabeth came on the ship and knighted him. I remember this.
I wasn't around in 1500.
High
Time
school, I guess.
Prophet.
Yes, you were. You're the time prophet. You were on the ship. You watched him do it. Come on.
Oh,
Francis.
this is Captain Cockney Spock's question.
I didn't know his name though. Seen him do it.
Captain Cockney Spock, this question is for you.
Good. Is it easy like
What
the
was
last one?
ceded to Britain in 1713 as part of the settlement of the War of Spanish Succession? And you have a smack.
Ceded to everything. Not New York. That'd be the Dutch, wouldn't it? Unless it was the Dutch part of
What
the
was
war.
ceded to Britain in 1713 as part of the settlement of the War of Spanish Succession?
And that's seeded with a C, folks, not like a mango.
And you have a smack.
It is the War of Spanish Succession, isn't it? With the guy with the big jaw and the Lord Marlborough and all the irrelevant details. It's not helping me. I'm not actually coming up with a fucking answer. Bollocks, New York. I mean, if it was New York and I didn't say New York.
Gibraltar.
Oh, you are my rock.
Yep. That's
She says.
How could I not
Beautiful
know that?
view.
Shameful. Shameful. I
Mr.
will now lash
M.H.,
myself.
this question is for you. In medieval England, what name was given to the area presided over by a lord? And you have a smack. In medieval England, what name was given to the area presided over by a lord?
A fiefdom?
A manor, sir.
You are right
Manor.
off your manor.
Lord of your manor.
Yvonne, we are back to you, and you have a smack. This is your question. The Cray twins ruled the underworld in London during the 50s and 60s. What were their names? And you have a smack.
Doug and Dinsdale.
Ronnie and Reggie. And Yvonne, I have a question. Are you, for some reason, against using your smack?
Yeah, because every time I use my smack, somebody gets 2 points.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to throw the game in somebody's direction this time.
Gotcha.
That's mathematics, folks.
Dude, just give it to Jill. She hasn't got one right yet.
PJ, this question is for you. Which English cathedral was destroyed by the Great Fire of London in 1666? And you have a smack. Which English cathedral was destroyed by the Great Fire of London in 1666?
Westminster Cathedral. I have 0.
St. Paul's.
St. Paul's is
St.
correct.
Paul's Cathedral.
It's English. It should all be.
Yeah, the one you famously see in the opening titles to The Prisoner.
That's right.
Wait, isn't that the one that burned down?
That's the rebuilt.
No, that was Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Rob Thunderheart, this question is for you. Rod Thunderheart, this is your question. At the end of Queen Victoria's reign, what was her full correct title? And you have a smack.
Queen Victoria II. Dang.
Her Majesty Victoria, by the grace of God, of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, Queen Defender of the Faith, Empress of India.
Who doesn't know that?
Christ.
Not too hard.
Didn't know that.
Eliyahu, this is your question.
Jesus Christ. No wonder he said screw it.
Shush. Eliyahu, this question is for you.
Okay.
Who was Henry VIII's last wife? And you have a smack.
Oh, shit. Hang on. Captain Parr.
Yeah.
Correct. And you are in the lead, sir.
Woohoo.
Congratulations.
I'm not even on the board. Yeah.
Anything can change at any given moment.
I was thinking of giving it to Jill, but I'm like, no, I gotta sing the song first.
Canadian Spider-Man. Which European country left the Commonwealth and declared itself a republic in 1949?
1949.
And you have a smack. Which European country left the Commonwealth and declared itself a republic in 1949? Think
Ireland.
about it. And you have a smack.
I'm going to say Ireland.
And I'm going to say you're right.
Beautiful people there. Beautiful people.
The beautiful people, the beautiful people.
The Hill of Tara.
Jill, this question is for you.
Oh boy.
Who was the last British monarch to ascend to the throne as a teenager? And you have a smack. Who was the last British monarch to ascend to the throne as a teenager? And you have a smack.
All right, then let's use that smack on Captain Cockney Spock.
Oh my goodness. To steal Captain Cockney Spock, who was the last British monarch to ascend to the throne as a teenager?
I'll kick myself if it's the current one, but I'm going with Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria, final answer.
And you, sir, are in the lead.
Thank you, Jill.
You're welcome.
Queen Victoria, who was 18 when she became queen in 1837, she went on to reign a record 63 and a half years.
Incorrect. It is no longer a record. That record has been broken by the current monarch, Queen Elizabeth. I'm not getting off the throne.
Who was 23 when she actually? I think it was 23 when she actually reigned. That's why it couldn't have been her, Courtney.
Mr. MH, this question, no, the Time Prophet, this question is for you. Which princess's husband was killed in 1990 when his powerboat went out of control? And you have a smack.
I'm going to smack PJ.
I wrote this question just for you. Are you serious?
I know nothing about British history.
Every quiz you say, well, we don't have X in Britain.
It's because they're ones.
Listen to the question one more time. Which princess's husband was killed in 1990 when his powerboat went out of control? If you still want to smack, you can smack.
I'm going to smack PJ.
PJ, to steal. Which princess's husband was killed in 1990 when his powerboat went out of control?
Margaret.
Caroline.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her.
Her husband was defending his title.
Caroline of Monaco, you mean?
Her husband was a world champion, Spielberg, so he was defending his title.
Captain Cockney Spock.
Hello there.
This question is for you. As per the minutes of the British War Cabinet released in 2006, what did Winston Churchill propose that be done to Hitler if he were caught? Hitler, not Winston Churchill. And you have a smack.
Oh, I should thank you for that one. I should know it. So no excuses.
As per the minutes of the British War Cabinet released in 2006, what did Winston Churchill propose be done to Hitler if he were caught? And you have a smack.
I'm going to say that Churchill proposed that he was given a very severe telling off.
That's very funny. Electrocution. Churchill repeatedly said, contemplate that if Hitler falls into our hands, we shall certainly put him to death. This man is the mainspring of evil. Instrument, electric chair for gangsters who no doubt available on lease lend.
So was Churchill Australian?
No, he was American and British. But
talked to French once.
Your making fun of my accent did not escape me.
Point deducted.
Mr. M.
I'm not here.
I've already got one.
This question is for you. What type of protective equipment was issued to all the people in Britain in 1939? And you have a smack.
What type of protective equipment?
Think about it. I hear keyboards.
Jill.
A helmet? Helmet?
Gas mask.
Gas mask.
Gas mask.
Yeah.
Ivan Ivanovich, this is your question. What was Winston Churchill's home in Kent called? And you have a smack. Now that you're playing with a bunch of Brits and Canadians, it's not so easy.
Yeah, well,
is
no,
it?
but I'll smack it to Jill and see if she can catch up.
Jill, to steal. What was Winston Churchill's home in Kent called? Jill, are you there? Oh.
Yeah, I'm
What
here.
was Winston Churchill's home in Kent called?
I don't know.
Chartwell. PJ, this question is for you. York was the first city to be settled by which nomadic conquerors? And you have a smack.
Well, if it's York, I would say Viking. So you're talking about Norsemen. So
Vikings is correct.
Viking is
Thunderheart.
actually a term of attack. It's actually when they go a Viking. They're actually Norse.
They're Danish Vikings
Danish
specifically.
Viking. But Viking was when they used to go a Viking. It was never what they were called.
Raw Thunderheart, this is your question. Who won the War of the Roses? And you have a smack.
The War of the Roses? Holy crap.
Correct.
Ugh.
I remember that movie. That's a good movie.
You know, are you talking, is this like the actual...
You talking to me? I don't see anybody else around. You must be talking to me.
Do you have a rose?
He's actually talking about the actual war. The Cardinal.
Who won the War of the Roses? And you have a smack.
You know, Ivan has the best strategy, which is why give somebody else a chance. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, and just take the loss. Thinking anyway.
The Lancasters won, and Henry VII became king as a result. Eliyahu, this question is for you.
Okay.
Vikings' raid in Lindisfarne in England started the Viking Age in what century? And you have a smack.
Shit. That's fun. Shit, that's like the best time. 795?
In which century?
Oh, century. The 8th century.
Correct.
Yes. Like 795 or something like that.
Yeah, what was the year? I'm going 760.
Yeah, what was the year? I'm actually curious.
It just says the 8th century.
That's so vague. What kind of bollocks is that?
We're on century questions now. Canadian Spider-Man. This question is for you. And you have a smack. In what century was the Magna Carta signed?
That would be the 11th century.
The 13th century. Jill, this question is for you. In what century did construction on Stonehenge begin? And you have a smack. Jill, in what century did construction on Stonehenge begin? And you have a smack.
I know it's before the BC, sometime BC. So
yeah.
1,000.
No help. No help. I'm sorry, what was your answer?
1,000 BC?
2500 BC. The time
just by
prophet.
1500.
This question is for you.
A century and a half.
The time
Can't you
prophet.
give her the point?
Yeah.
Who
No, it's okay.
who wrote the Book of Common Prayer?
William Blake.
Nope.
Thomas Cranmer.
Name's familiar.
Captain Cockney Spock, this is your question.
Hey, Jerry.
Which were the first colonies granted independence by the Labour Party in 1947? And you have a smack.
Okay. Let me see. I'm going to go Ghana, Kenya, and
The correct answer is India, Pakistan, and Ceylon.
not even close.
Mr. M.H., this question is for you. The Fosse Way was a Roman road which connected Exeter with which other settlement? And you have a smack. The Fosse Way was a Roman road which connected Exeter with which other settlement?
I'm gonna smack. Time Prophet.
The Time Prophet, to steal. The Fosse Way was a Roman road which connected Exeter with which other settlement?
Land's End.
Lincoln.
Close.
Same amount of letters, so hey.
All smacks are renewed.
Let's go to
Ivan
that.
Ivanovich, this question is for you.
What are the standings at the moment? If I may ask.
Captain Cockney Spock has 5. Eliyahu has 5. PJ has 3. Time Prophet has 2. Jill has 1. And we just lost someone?
Who did we lose?
Captain.
Hang on.
The
Cockney.
Captain, we lost the captain.
There he
Yeah, the
is.
first place
Right.
starter.
Cockney couldn't
All
deal
right.
with actually being ahead, so he decided to go.
Yvonne, this question is for you. Who is the only British Prime Minister to have been assassinated? And you have a smack.
Yeah, but I should know this one. The Duke of Marlborough.
His name?
Oh, God. Remember his name. No, I don't know his name. I just know he's the Duke of Marlborough.
Spencer Percival.
Well, hey.
PJ, this question is for you. This is the absolute last line of which episode of Star Trek? Her life could have been as rich as any woman's, if only. And you have a smack.
I know the one, but I couldn't tell you the name of it. Oh,
Her life could have been as rich as any woman's, if only. This is the absolute last line. And you have a smack.
No, it's. I know that.
I hear a keyboard.
Oh, damn. City at the Edge of Toot Forever.
The Turnabout Intruder. It is the last episode of the last season. Rod Thunderheart, this question is for you. Zephram Cochrane was the inventor of warp drive. In what episode did he first appear along with his companion? And you have a smack.
Oh, Jesus. Why do I know all the other questions?
You wanted pop culture. You got pop culture.
I know, but I always wind up knowing that everyone else's questions, not mine.
I can't please anybody.
Oh, you can always please somebody, Cardinal.
That's the way she goes, Rod. The way she goes, man.
All right, let's see what you know. I guess I'm going to smack Canadian Spider-Man.
Oh, shit.
Canadian Spider-Man. Zephram Cochrane was the inventor of warp drive. In which episode did he first appear along with his companion?
The episode's name was To Warp or Not to Warp. That is the question.
Metamorphosis.
Sorry, Claude.
Eliyahu, this question is for you.
Okay.
This lovely 19-year-old blonde attempted to kill Kirk and others in order to protect her father from being exposed as a planet's former leader who initiated a massacre that killed thousands. And you have a smack.
Okay, with that shit-eating green Canadian Spider-Man hat, I'm not going to smack him. I'm going to smack the Time Prophet.
The Time Prophet, to steal.
I think you
This
know.
lovely 19-year-old blonde attempted to kill Kirk and others in order to protect her father from being exposed as a planet's former leader who initiated a massacre that killed thousands.
The Kitty
Lenore Caridian. Canadian Spider-Man. This question is for you. And you have a smack. In The Trouble with Tribbles, Chekhov claimed that quadrotriticale was a Russian invention. But from which country could that grain actually be traced? Come on, man.
You know, I'm going to. I'm gonna bet that Ivan can answer this. I'm gonna smack Ivan.
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 To steal. In The Trouble with Tribbles, Chekhov claimed that quadrotriticale was a Russian invention. But from what country could that grain actually be traced?
I'm mortified that Canadian Spider-Man couldn't get this because it's Canada.
What?
Correct. And Ivan is on the board.
I finally got a Canada question. Jeez.
I was mortified for Canadian Spider-Man that he couldn't answer that too.
That's like not knowing Sir Francis Drake or Gibraltar.
Well, Russia has all the
And of course, Chekhov wasn't really Russian. Chekhov wasn't really Russian because there's no such thing as a Russian who can't say the V sound.
Jill, this question is for you. According to Doomcock, what is the full name of the entity that is the inevitable future destroyer of Earth? And you have a smack. According to Doomcock, what is the full name of the entity that is the inevitable future destroyer of Earth?
Harbor J. Cthulhu.
Correct.
Push my button.
We can only guess what the J stands for.
Jehoshaphat. The
That's
Time
what I was gonna
Prophet. This question is for you. Name 3 types of creatures that live near Doomcock at the center of the Earth, and you have a smack.
I am going to Smack Mr. H.
Mr. MH. To steal. Name 3 types of creatures that live near Doomcock at the center of the Earth.
I only know 2. The third one has to be a guess, but lizard maple, magma men. And the third one is the tough one for me.
Name 3 types of creatures that live near Doomcock at the center of the Earth.
Lizard people, magma men, robot people, I guess. I don't know the third one.
Magma men, Nazis, and lizard men.
Okay, that's it.
The Time Prophet. This question is for you.
I think I just had a question. I just
Captain
did the
Cockney Spock.
Yeah.
This question is for you.
If you're sure.
I'm sure. Given a choice, what would Harvey do upon visiting the home of a female member of Xanadu? And you have a smack.
I'm going to pass that to Mr. MH.
Mr. MH. To steal. Given a choice, what would Harvey do upon visiting the home of a female member of Xanadu?
He will make them perish in flames.
He'll sit on their couch, eat their pizza, drink their beer, and watch their cable.
In a wife beater. All right. Mr. MH, this question is for you. What is Sabu? And you have a smack.
He is a prehistoric saber-toothed doom squirrel.
Correct. And you are on the board. Yvonne, this question is for you. You have a smack. What task must Doomcock complete before becoming the future ruler of Earth?
He has to build his robot army.
Giant robot armies ain't going to build themselves. PJ, this question is for you. What fate awaits Kathleen Kennedy when Harvey is released from the containment field? And you have a smack. What fate awaits Kathleen Kennedy when Harvey is released from the containment field?
I'll pass that one to Jill.
Sorry, say again?
I'll pass
Sorry, I
that
wasn't
one to
listening.
Jill.
Oh, you're going to
Can you repeat
smack
the
Jill.
question?
Jill, for the steal. What fate awaits Kathleen Kennedy when Harvey is released from the containment field?
Stomping.
And he'll munch her gown if she's wearing one. Rob Thunderheart, this question is for you. If you're blue and don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? And you have a smack.
You mean, am I naming like the artist or the?
The answer to the question. If you're blue,
Putting on the wrist?
Yahoo, this question is for you.
Okay.
What story did Doomcock read on his 2019 early/UK Halloween live stream?
I have
And you
no,
have a-
I have
you
no
have a
idea. I've never
smack.
seen one episode of Doomcock, so I'm going to smack you, Cardinal.
You
I'm
can't
just kidding.
smack me. I'm the
I know.
MC.
Okay, I can't smack you that way. So I'll just smack the question to PJ. 'Cause I've never seen one episode
PJ.
of Doomcock. I have no idea about this fucking thing.
PJ, what story did Doomcock read on his 2019 early/UK Halloween live stream?
Oh, I didn't start watching Doomcock until after that one.
I've never seen Doomcock.
And
You should start then.
no idea.
I'll give you a clue. The author.
Quiet, please. Quiet. Everyone, quiet. The correct answer is Satan's Dog. Canadian Spider-Man. What story by the same author might Doomcock read on his 2021 Halloween live stream? And you have a smack.
I was going to say, I think I have a smack, yeah. This sounds like something Rod Thunderheart would know, so I'd like to smack Rod.
Rod to Steele. What story by the same author might Doomcock read on his 2021 live stream?
Oh, good one. The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
Highway to Heck.
Oh.
And the author is Cardinal Sin.
I know the author as well. It's Cardinal
Oh.
Sin.
Oh, shit.
You're going to have
He
to
was
read
right
those.
here the whole time.
Midnight to midnight.
Jill, this question is for you. With whom has Doomcock reached an understanding at the center of the earth? And you have a smack.
Harvey Cthulhu.
The King of the Magma Men. The
I thought it
Time
was
Prophet.
Roderick.
The Time Prophet. This question is for you. And if you get this wrong, I'm going to personally swim across the pond and beat you up.
I'm going to get beaten up. I'm going to get
I
beaten
wrote
up.
this. I wrote this question just for you, my friend.
If it's a history question, I've got no chance.
What do druids do on Halloween?
We don't celebrate
And you
Halloween.
have a smack.
Oh, we don't celebrate Halloween. I'm going to Druid.
You don't celebrate Halloween.
No, we don't.
We
it's
don't
more of an
celebrate
American
Halloween.
thing.
Is incorrect.
I'm going to smack Canadian Spider-Man.
Canadian Spider-Man to steal.
I have
What
a
do
feeling.
druids do on Halloween?
Yeah, thanks.
I know this one. Doomcock question.
Druids on Halloween gather under the moonlight around a fire and drink tea.
To commemorate the event, druids
Little
built
tongue.
huge sacred bonfires where the people gathered to burn crops and animals as sacrifices to the Celtic deities. During the celebration, the Celts wore costumes, typically consisting of animal heads and skins, and attempted to tell each other's fortunes.
I've never met a Druid.
It doesn't
You are a
matter.
druid.
Yeah, you are a freaking druid.
They've all been wiped
Captain Cockney Spock,
Hello.
this question is for you.
Do well.
According to Celtic mythology, the veil between the other world and our world thins during what holiday, making it easier for spirits and the souls of the dead to return?
That would be October 31st, Samhain, aka Samhain, better now known as Halloween or All Hallows Eve.
Correct. And for the record, it's pronounced Samhain.
Samhain. Oh, you can get the bonus point.
It's Welsh. No, I'm kidding.
How dare you?
Yvonne, this question is for you. We didn't trick or treat in England until what decade? And you have a smack. And you're muted.
I'm gonna guess that was the 1960s.
So close, 1970s. PJ, this is your question. Hallowtide was introduced as what holiday in the 7th century by Pope Boniface IV? And you have a smack. Hallowtide was introduced as what holiday in the 7th century by Pope Boniface IV?
Well, considering we're all talking Halloween, that's all I can think. Halloween.
I'm sorry. All Saints Day. That is technically correct. Rod Thunderheart. This question is for you, and you have a smack. If you look in between a cat's ears, what are you more likely to see?
Um,
And you
Hair?
have a smack.
I'm looking at my cat right now, and all I see is hair.
Is that your answer?
Nope. Yeah, that's my answer.
Ghosts.
What?
Yep. Eliyahu, this question is for you.
I should have known that one, actually.
Okay.
How can you tell a witch apart from a normal human being? And you have a smack.
I don't know. Is this a politically correct answer or what?
Yeah, the correct answer.
A politically correct answer or not?
No, a correct answer.
How do you tell a witch
And
from a
there are
normal
more
person?
than one. You
How do
only
you tell a witch
have
from a
to.
normal person? A witch practiced paganism, which is the worship.
No, I'm talking about, the witches of old, of Salem, of Halloween.
Oh,
not practitioners of Wicca.
Oh, are you talking about the devil's mark? The
Like a
mole?
wicked witch.
You're talking about the devil's mark. The devil's mark, the mole, right? The mole on his skin, or
Specifically,
the devil's tit.
the devil's
nipple,
what?
The third nipple, the devil's tit. The third
Correct.
Not if she weighs the same as a duck.
Other answers I would have accepted include: she sinks in water, she turned me into a newt.
And she has a pointy hat.
Those are
like
the
sharing.
results of a trial. The actual pinning down was the mark. They didn't have a
Well,
trial.
that's how you can tell her apart from a normal human being.
Yeah, they didn't have a mark. They didn't have a trial.
Canadian
Black Cat.
Spider-Man. This question is for you. Where does the term jack-o'-lantern come from? And you have a smack.
Jack-o'-lantern. I'm going to smack Captain Cockney Spock because it sounds like it's right up his alley.
Captain Cockney Spock, to steal. Where does the term jack-o'-lantern come from?
Is it Jack Your Body by Steve Silk-Hurley? It's not, is it?
The term jack-o'-lantern originates from an Irish folktale about a cheap man named Stingy Jack who made a deal with the devil. Jill, this question is for you. What medieval English tradition inspired trick-or-treating? And you have a smack. What medieval English tradition inspired trick-or-treating?
I'm going to smack Rod Thunderheart.
Rod Thunderheart for the steal. What medieval English tradition inspired trick-or-treating? And you're muted.
No crap. Oh crap. Yeah.
What
Pagan New Year?
medieval English tradition inspired trick-or-treating?
I'm gonna say Pagan New Year.
Geisen.
On All Souls Day, the poor would go souling, knocking on doors, offering prayers for residents' deceased loved ones in exchange for food.
I did not know that.
The Time Prophet, this question is for you. And you have a smack.
Hey!
Who was the first lady to decorate the White House for Halloween?
I'm going to smack somebody who isn't American.
Good play. Good play.
I'm going to smack Canadian Spider-Man.
Canadian Spider-Man for the steal. Who was the first lady to decorate the White House for Halloween?
That would be Eleanor Roosevelt.
Naomi Eisenhower in 1958.
So close.
Captain Cockney Spock, this question is for you.
Thank you.
What Celtic tradition led to modern-day trick-or-treating?
Do we have that one? Clearly not.
What Celtic tradition, not holiday, led to modern-day trick-or-treating?
Tradition. Oh, you got me there. I'm completely ignorant once again. I'm going to hand this one over to the Canadian Spider-Man.
You can't smack a smack.
I can't smack. Is this a smack? Right.
I'm sorry. Yes, you can. Canadian Spider-Man.
What?
To steal.
Yes.
What Celtic tradition led to modern-day trick-or-treating?
Oh, shoot. Someone said it here. Oh, crap.
No. What Celtic tradition, not holiday, led to modern-day trick-or-treating?
Yeah, I thought we had the tradition. But anyway, very, very drunk.
Throwing eggs at neighbors' houses and running.
For the celebration of Samhain, people would put treats or food out to pacify evil spirits.
And then the eggs.
Much, much, much later. Mr. MH, this is your question. You have a smack. What classic horror movie creature's shape was based on the Oscar statuette?
I think I'll smack.
What classic
for this one.
horror movie creature's shape was based on the Oscar statuette?
I'll smack Rod Thunderheart.
Rod, to steal. What classic horror movie creature's shape was based on the Oscar statuette?
shape. I'm gonna just take a stab. Maybe Frankenstein's monster.
Got.
The creature from the Black Lagoon.
I'm not kidding you when I say that was my guess, but I mean, like, I didn't
always
think the
go with your first instinct.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yvonne, this question is for you. All smacks are restored. What was the first horror movie to be nominated for an Academy Award? And you have a smack. And we're getting toward the end of our quiz, so if you want to be in the running, you might want to use a smack if you don't know the answer.
The creature from the Black Lagoon.
The Exorcist earned a whopping 10 Oscar nominations in 1974, including a Best Supporting Actress nod for then 15-year-old Linda Blair. PJ, this question is for you. Give or take, we're looking for a ballpark answer here, say within a decade. When was Halloween first celebrated in the United States? And you have a smack.
No, there's no point in getting a smack, because if they get it right, they get points. If they get it wrong, I get nothing. So I think it's, I would say 1920.
Did you say 1920?
Yes.
Around the 1840s, when there was a flood of Irish immigrants fleeing from the potato famine. Rod Thunderheart, this question is for you. According to the episode The Menagerie, what Starfleet violation is punishable by, quote, the only death penalty left on the books, close quote? And you have a smack.
I'm just gonna again take a stab. The prime directive.
Is the death penalty?
No.
Taking a
That's a
stab.
Trekkie.
I
Can
feel
I answer
stupid.
that one?
Visiting the mysterious planet Talos 4.
Yeah, that's a Trekkie. Come on.
Eliyahu, this is your question.
I know, I should have got that one.
In medieval Europe, hearing owls on Halloween meant what? And you have a smack.
Medieval?
In medieval Europe, hearing owls on Halloween meant what?
Death. Death is coming.
Someone is going to die. Man, I want to be on your trivia team. Canadian Spider-Man, this question is for you. In Game of Thrones, what is the name of Jon's dire wolf? And you have a smack.
I've never seen a single episode, so I'm gonna smack the heck out of Rod.
Rod Thunderheart, to steal. In Game of Thrones, what is the name of Jon's dire wolf?
Pepe? I don't know.
Ghost,
Ghost.
yes. This is when we joined the night walk.
shit.
Hello. Remember?
No, see,
Ghost
I've never
dog.
watched.
Coast to
Ghost.
coast dog.
I've never watched golf.
Jill, this question is for you. In the first episode, King Robert Baratheon says, quote, in my dreams, I kill him every night, unquote. To whom is the king referring and why? And you have a smack.
Stannis. His brother Stannis. Right?
Rhaegar Targaryen because he kidnapped Lyanna Stark, or because she ran away with him? The Time Prophet.
Hi.
This question is for you. In Season 2, who does Tyrion tell Varys he is planning on marrying to Prince Myrcella?
Oh, I've forgotten it. It's been years since I've seen it. A woman.
Say again?
A woman.
Theon Greyjoy.
Oh, it's close.
Captain Cockney Spock.
Hello.
This question is for you. How many fingertips did Stannis Baratheon chop off of Davos's hand?
Oh, is that including thumbs? I'm going 5.
And you have a smack.
I'm going 5.
Four. Mr.
Oh,
MH,
the thumb.
this question is for you. Which tongue is commonly used by the priests or priestesses of R'hllor? And you have a smack.
Isn't it High Valyrian?
It is High Valyrian.
Nice. Nicely done.
Ivan Ivanovich, this question is for you. Who in Game of Thrones said, quote, "Say it, say her name, say it," close quote, and you have a smack.
I have neither read any of the books nor watched a single episode of Game of Thrones.
And therefore?
And I don't know who else is in that same situation. Maybe last time I passed something to Eliyahu, he got it exactly. So we'll try him again. I'll smack Eliyahu.
Eliyahu, to steal, who in Game of Thrones said, "Say it, say her name, say it"?
That would be what's her face, because I did not remember her name exactly. Hang on.
Oberyn Martell.
Oberyn Martell.
They had a name.
Oh, the shit.
Yes.
It's
When he got
Mandalorian.
his head squished.
PJ, this question is for you. At the end of Season 2, Joffrey Baratheon sits on the Iron Throne, but which Baratheon is actually the rightful king? And you have a smack.
I'm assuming that's a Game of Thrones. Never seen an episode, so don't know. Pass. And I'm not going to smack because it'll just be something.
Tactical.
Stannis Baratheon. Rod Thunderheart, this question is for you. Why could Jon leave the Night's Watch since his vows were for life? And you have a smack.
All right, since I know he hasn't, I'm going to smack Ivan.
Ivan, to steal, why could Jon leave the Night's Watch since his vows were for life?
Well, I mean, the obvious answer is because he was dead.
Yvonne gets
How'd
2
you even
points.
know that? Holy crap.
I didn't know that. It's the way the question was constructed.
Yep.
Oh.
I haven't seen Game of Thrones in a while.
Although in the books, he is still dead. He has been dead for 10 years now.
Yeah, that's because he'll never finish the fucking book.
That's what happened. That's the off-camera explanation. He was warging.
Rod, that was your question, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eliyahu,
Ivan.
this question
Yeah.
is for you. Who killed Viserys Targaryen?
Sorry, who?
And you have a smack.
Oh, shit. Okay, that was...
And you're in the lead.
Oh, shit.
in the lead?
Okay, since I'm in the lead...
By 1 point.
Drago.
On 2 hours.
Khal Drogo is
Ooh.
correct.
Oh,
I think I said I haven't
Get
watched the
that
episodes in a
silver
while.
down, yeah.
Well done. Canadian Spider-Man, this question is for you. Who attempts to kill Tyrion on the battlefield in the Battle of Blackwater Bay? And you have a smack. Who attempts to kill Tyrion on the battlefield in the Battle of Blackwater Bay?
Never seen an episode. I'd like to smack Mr. MH.
Mr. MH, to steal. Who attempts to kill Tyrion on the battlefield in the Battle of Blackwater Bay?
Oh. Sir Mandon?
Sir Mandon Moore, correct.
Nice.
Jill, this question is for you.
Okay.
What distinct feature does Brienne of Tarth recall about the entity that killed Renly Baratheon? And you have a smack.
He was shadow. A shadow.
More specifically, what distinct feature does Brienne of Tarth recall about the entity that killed Renly Baratheon? And you have a smack.
It had Stannis' face.
Correct.
nice.
Nice. The Time Prophet, this question is for you.
Hi.
How many times did Thoros of Myr resurrect Beric Dondarrion from death up until the end of season 3?
I think twice.
6 times.
Oh, that's a lot. That's going to leave a mark.
Captain Cockney Spock, this question is for you.
Smash.
Aside from being Master of Coin and a member of the King's Small Council, the character of Peter Littlefinger Baelish from King's Landing also runs what kind of business? And you have a smack.
He runs a house of ladies of ill repute, ladies of the night, aka a whorehouse.
Brothel is the correct answer. Mr. MH, this question is for you. Which chemical was used during the Battle of Blackwater to destroy Stannis Baratheon's fleet? And you have a smack.
Wildfire?
Wildfire is correct. Ivan Ivanovich, this question is for you. It cannot be seen, cannot be felt, cannot be heard, cannot be smelt. It lies behind stars and under hills, and empty holes it fills. It comes first and follows after, ends life, kills laughter. What is the answer?
Can we have that question again?
You have a smack.
Me, right?
Yep.
Kathleen Kennedy's ego.
Dark,
Good though.
dark, dark. TJ, this question is for you. What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than trees, up, up, up it goes, and yet never grows? And you have a smack.
Ew.
Your answer?
So I'll try to put it together. Hold on. What has roots but never grows?
What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than trees, up, up, up it goes, and yet never grows? And you have a smack. Does it know the answer?
I'll say
Will it
I've no idea. I'm just going to say beanstalk. Yeah.
A mountain is the answer. Rod Thunderheart, this question is for you. Voiceless it cries, wingless flutters, toothless bites, mouthless mutters. And you have a smack.
I don't know. Smack, Spidey.
Canadian Spider-Man for the steal. Voiceless it cries, wingless flutters, toothless bites, mouthless mutters.
In the meantime,
the wind. The answer is the wind.
Canadian Spider-Man is correct. Correct.
Quite here in Canada in the winter, let me tell you.
Eliyahu, this question is for you.
Okay.
This thing all things devours, birds, beasts, trees, flowers, gnaws iron, bites steel, grinds hard stones to meal, slays kings, ruins towns, and beats high mountains down. And you have a smack.
Let's see. Time.
Correct, he is. Canadian Spider-Man, this question is for you. How many Infinity Stones are there? And you have a smack.
yeah.
And this question refers to the comics, not to the movies.
Never read a comic book.
So, would you like to smack?
No, I'm pretty sure it's 5 because Thanos would only have 4 fingers.
6.
7. Space,
Oh.
mind, reality, power, time, soul, and in the comics, ego.
Ego.
And that is the end of our game.
Yahoo! Great game.
Excellent questions. Wow.
That's all good questions.
Eliyahu wins with 9 points.
Woohoo!
Congratulations. You have bragging rights for the week.
Thank you. That's 2 times in a row. Woo!
And you shamed some of us who are Canadian.
Yes.
I have Canadian
Some of us
friends.
Have
Okay?
no shame, Rod.
I have Canadian friends.
I have Canadian
Apart
relatives.
from the Canadian questions, the English questions, the questions about Game of Thrones, I seem to actually do really bad.
The thing is, though, if you're British and you get a British question right, you're not British.
I know, but it's like
What?
the Americans actually,
What?
the Americans that know American history are the ones that actually emigrate to where they have to learn it. The Americans
No,
that stay there don't need to learn it.
Oh, I see.
When he started off with the 100 Years' War question, I'm like, you mean more people don't know that?
Yeah, that's right. Most people have no idea. Most people would say 100 years.
And Henry Tudor, for God's sake.
117
Yeah.
years for
Well, what were the
100 war.
standings with regards to first,
I
second, third,
researched questions for each one of you.
You know, there's a whole.
Then why did I get Canadian questions?
Why
There's
did
a
you
whole-
reading
there's a-
questions?
There's a whole sequence of Shakespeare plays about this.
Cam says, I didn't realize I was 35 seconds behind.
That's
How
what
about
she
the
said.
How about the
Congratulations.
San
Doug.
Francisco
Nice.
question?
You like who?
That's time travel for you.
Thank you.
How do I say him?
We like
Nice.
it.
That's time travel for you.
You like who?
I just say Eliyahu because that's how you say it in Hebrew.
Yeah, I don't mind. So hey, I've been called things before. I've been called asshole, idiot, hate you. So I'm used to it all.
Yeah. The catalog of names I've been called, you know.
Isn't it
And
Elihu?
don't forget, if you should like to grab one of these fantastic Into the
I'm doing my
Fringe
best.
t-shirts, you may do so at the link on your screen. There are other delightful t-shirts there as well, and there will be more.
I think for me the funniest thing in the world is that the internet is still full of people who think they can call you a name and like that means anything.
Yeah.
Or they can hurl other kinds of invective. They can slander you in some way, and you're supposed to be wounded by that.
Yeah,
and I'm
six
like,
yourselves to break my
kid,
bones, but names never
you
hurt me.
are an amateur.
You know that saying, 6 years old to break my bones, names never hurt me? You ever got hit by
Yeah.
a dictionary? That fucker
Yeah.
hurts.
Yeah, it does. It does. I've got a
Sticks
really
and
old
stones.
Webster's that weighs like 40
They
pounds.
break
you
my
know.
bones, but leather and chains excite me.
And everybody, if you'd be so kind as to put your channel or book or whatever that you'd like to push into the private chat, I will move it into the regular chat so that we can plug your channels, etc.
Okay, one moment.
Just wanted to ask Cardinal the standings with regards to second, third, fourth, and so on.
So Eliyahu won with 9. Captain Cockney Spock 7. Canadian Spider-Man had 6. Yvonne had 5. Canadian Spider-Man had 5.
Twice. Well done, Spidey.
Jill had
So that makes
5.
11, I believe.
Mr. MH had 5. PJ had 4. Jill had, I'm sorry, Time Prophet had 2. And Rod had 1.
What the hell?
I thought I had minus 10.
Well, at least the UK are holding up their end and coming in last.
Yeah, I think I put the wrong link in here. Sorry, wrong. 1 second. Yeah, I did.
Please subscribe to Canadian Spider-Man at the URL on your screen.
Oh, and when you get to I want to say It's Your Funeral.
Oh shit! Oh,
When you
It's your
get to that,
funeral.
when you get to that episode,
wrong
I think
link,
it's-
guys. I put the wrong link in the chat. Sorry.
I think it's Your Funeral that Rosalie Crutchley is in, and she was the actress who played Catherine Parr in the famous British teleplay series, The Six Wives of Henry VIII.
Please subscribe to PJ Maybe.
Here we go. Here is my link in the private channel.
Was it It's Your Funeral? I'll have to look. No, it wasn't It's Your Funeral. I'm trying to remember which one it was. There's an episode where they hypnotize a girl into following number 6 around and claiming to be in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember which one that was, and that's Rosalie Crutchley who plays that part.
And please subscribe to The Time Prophet. And or visit his YouTube, his website.
And if you haven't watched the Six Wives of Henry VIII. That's the next serious thing that Patrick Troughton was in after he quit being Doctor Who.
I thought he quit Doctor Who because he was too ill.
Maybe yes and maybe no, but he played the Duke of Norfolk in 5 of the 6 episodes of.
Capaldi's a great actor, man. He's also a nice guy. Huge stoner, by the way.
He's in the Omen as well.
He said William Hartnell.
Huge stoner?
No, I didn't say. I said Patrick Troughton.
Oh, you did say Patrick Troughton. I apologize.
Yeah.
Tom Baker did what?
Patrick Troughton's the Duke of Norfolk, and interestingly, in the really entertaining but even
Please
less
subscribe to
accurate,
Eliyahu.
Film about Queen Elizabeth, the more recent one. Another doctor who plays the Duke of Norfolk, just a later Duke of Norfolk. But so 2 people who've played the Doctor have also played the Duke of Norfolk.
How interesting. Please subscribe to, or rather, buy Rod Thunderheart's book See Through Love from Friesen Press.
And if you're short on cash, it's even the ebook is 99 cents.
Wow, that's a steal.
I've got to pop off now.
Yeah, I got to pop off.
Good to see you, man.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah,
bye all.
By the way,
next week.
by the way, on my channel, I do not.
Sorry about that. My internet went haywire for a second.
By the way, if you guys are looking for content about comic books, movies, cartoons, that's not my channel. I have a science channel. I talk astronomy, astrophysics. So if you guys want to learn about space and stuff, that's my channel.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Science, yes.
Yeah, is the link in
So
the...
please
is the link in the
subscribe
chat?
to Mr. MH.
That link in the chat.
Have a good day, Time Prophet.
I think it's night for
No,
him,
I'm a little
but
late
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Or night. Yeah,
I
have a
must
good night.
be off as well. But this was
Very well.
Yeah, I need
Thank
to
Yeah,
be
see
right
you
for
later,
myself.
Spider-Man.
Thank you so much for
Good night,
playing.
Canadian Spider-Man.
That was so much fun. Those were really good questions. That was
I
fun.
tried to make them hard.
You
Yeah,
did.
those
You,
are very hard.
you succeeded,
Mostly
man.
made them too hard.
Yeah, they weren't easy.
Success. Ha, ha.
It goes to show you how our chat is pretty smart.
You're what?
Our chat was getting a lot of the answers. They're pretty damn smart.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
This shows you how smart they are. They weren't even answering the questions, getting them wrong.
But the chat's not supposed to be kibitzing, so.
Oh no, they were doing it just after the came on.
You read them after.
Yeah.
Andy Masterson says, Ivan Ivanovich called me a cotton-headed ninny-mungus.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna take
Say
off
thank you to everybody.
I want to say, I'm
I've
gonna take off.
actually got to go, but thanks to everyone.
Yeah, I need to go as well, but Cardinal has been fun.
I'm taking that.
That was
Yeah, I gotta go now myself. I want to thank everybody and had a good time. Thank you, Cardinal.
Thanks,
Later,
Canadian Spider-Man. And be on the watch
Glad
out
to see you,
for Midnight to Midnight
Yeah.
later this week.
Yes.
Oh, and Andy, Chrissy Mayer this week showed off one of your pieces of work, and it was that's some real serious stuff right there. That was well done. The detail on your Hunter Biden action figure was just amazing.
Damn. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
taking off. Later, guys.
Yeah, I
Bye.
need to go as well, Cardinal. Thank you again. That has been fun. And next time I'll actually try and actually know what I'm talking about.
We're glad you liked it, and we'll see you next time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Bye.
Peter.
All right, man.
Thanks,
See ya.
Cardinal Sin, and hail
Yeah.
everybody. Hail to
Yeah.
everybody that was here and everybody in the chat. Thank you for everything, and it was a lot of fun.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Mr.
likewise.
MH.
We'll see you
Yeah.
later.
It was a blast.
Mr. MH.
See you
Great
later.
to have
Cheers,
you.
Mr.
Hope to see you next Sunday.
See you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. See ya.
And Dalek 451 says, "Did you see my question, Cardinal Sin?" And I don't see anything in the
Dalek.
chat from Dalek 451.
Is it about deck
So,
cards?
Jill, you liked those Game of Thrones questions, did you?
Yes, I like those Game of Thrones questions as long as I pretend that season 7 and 8 just don't exist.
That's
And
right.
that's
Well, I will make sure to ask more questions that don't have to do with those seasons. Dalek 451 asked if he could come on the quiz sometime. Absolutely.
Get the Dalek on.
Yes.
I just had to space out, and I couldn't even
You
with
can
with the Game of Thrones.
send me a DM here if you're on Twitter. And if you're not,
Where is the doctor?
you can email me at gil@sunflower.com.
Yes, we'd love to have you, Dalek 451.
The more the merrier. Although we did have, on 2 occasions, people banging up against the 10-person limit to get in.
That was me. Very
So,
popular show.
oh, I think it was you. Yeah.
I also loved the riddles in the dark questions. Those were fun. Just to hear your Gollum.
The Gollum voice.
Yeah, oh man, that just killed me.
I like
Well,
the.
it's a trick I can only do once.
Which story was written
Sorry,
by
I know
someone
you
you
can do it
know?
now. So.
Yeah, considering how few people got them correct, I wasted an awful lot of my voice on doing that Gollum voice.
Not a waste.
Well, I mean, it did come at the end of the game,
Oh,
so
God,
you
that's
know
what you were going for.
it was better. It was better to go for a joke than to try to get any points.
As long as it was entertaining.
Yeah.
Andy Masterson says, I banged to LOL. Is there anybody else that would like to plug their channel? Jill?
No,
I know
thank
you say I don't have anything on my channel, but
Yeah, I
you
don't
do.
have anything. Just because I'm thinking of something doesn't mean I've committed to actually producing.
NB
yet.
Geeks
And when I
Let's
do,
Talk
though,
says,
you guys will be the first to hear it.
Anti-derivative Jill, first time I have heard your voice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Andy Masterson says, can you do the Bridge Keeper from Holy Grail? Yes, I can.
Good answer.
There are some who call me Tim.
The Wizard Tim. Oh, me, subscribe to me. Subscribe to my channel, Captain Cockney Spock, aka Captain Deckard Spock, for hours and hours of discussion such as, is Deckard a replicant forever and ever and ever and ever? I will put in a link, but I can't be fucked.
Let's see if we can make that happen.
Just type in Cockney Wanker and it goes straight to my channel. Oh, thank you, Jill. Bless your heart. Very organised.
Please subscribe to Captain Cockney Spock. And don't forget that we have another episode of I Am Not a Number coming up this Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m. Central with Tracy Torme and Rick Davey. It's going to be a big celebrity show. Cam from the chat says, at Cardinal Sin, it was great. Thanks.
Oh, great, Hen.
Cam from the chat says, at NB Geeks Let's Talk. Hail. What does the Bridge Keeper say? What is your favorite color? Blue. No, red. There you go, Andy.
Oh, bless this holy hand grenade of Antioch.
Oh, Lord, bless this, your holy hand grenade of Antioch, so that it may blow your enemies to tiny bits.
In thy mercy.
In thy mercy. Nice. Brother Maynard. So everyone's plugged what they want to plug. So since we're at almost 2.5 hours, I will release you and let you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thanks again for being here and for enjoying the Cardinal Sin and Friends trivia quiz.
Thanks, Cardinal.
Thank you, Captain.
Yes, thank you for inspiring me to want to learn more about world history.
You're welcome. And of course,
I will not make any deals with you. I've resigned. I will not be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered. My life is my own.
Is it?
Yes, you won't hold me.
and for Ivan Ivanovich, Anti-Derivative Jill, Rod Thunderheart, Captain Cockney Spock, it's